I'm talking about fitness. Fitness dick in your mama's mouth. And today's unscripted random motorcycle rant at, well, it's like 11 o'clock at night because my girl isn't home and sleeping sucks when she's not there. So we're out here instead. I'm going to be giving you a fucking lecture. So, it's the thing about living in the city, you get those a lot. And let me know how the mic sounds because I'm now recording on a Cardo Pack Talk Something PT Edge that my girlfriend bought for me, almost a $400 comm system and headset that she got for me, my girlfriend got for me as a gift because she's fucking awesome. So for like the three of you in the comments that were like, oh, she's toxic, it's not gonna work out because she's been through shit. Fuck you, you're just jealous because your girlfriend doesn't buy you flowers, food, and expensive gifts. So suck my dick. I know I look really fucking jacked and awesome with the federal booby inspector shirt, I know. Yeah, I could do like big traps, like this, or wide chest. I don't know what one makes me look buffer, but I don't know, you fucking tell me. I can't do both, it's not possible. Now, what is the story? Well, my whole life, I was a skinny motherfucker. I still am, like, fairly skinny, but I've got some decent muscle now. Especially for someone who's 6'5" and lanky and stretched out of shit. I always got called toothpick, slenderman, tree trunk, etc. I was bullied for it as a child. In other words, body shamed. Primarily, I would note by fat people, and if I bullied them back for being fat, then everyone would gasp and I would get shunned and demeaned and punished for it. However, people could pick on me all day for being skinny and it was totally socially acceptable. Why? I don't know. But I guess fat people can't take jokes like the rest of us. Is the rules we're supposed to apply? I don't know, it's bullshit. From that bullying, the last time it happened, I was in Muay Thai kickboxing. I was 14, 15, this was around when I first started working out. I remember being there, it was sparring day, and these two brothers who I think had been like lippy with me in the past. There was one say yay tall, one say this tall, a little shorter than me, but a lot bigger. And I remember he was like, oh, you're so skinny, I can see your ribs, and they started poking me. And then I pushed him off and I said, hey dude, don't touch me, that's not cool. I finally stood up for myself. This is me when I was like a little introverted, shy little bitch. And they're like, oh, okay, twerp, I see how it is. Toothpicks growing balls now. So that day in sparring, these guys were inexperienced, and for some reason they thought they'd be better than me. Just because, oh, my light, no. Just because they were heavier than me. Needless to say, it was sparring day, so I absolutely fucking molested those two. So I destroyed them in sparring, but that wasn't the end of the story. Like, oh yeah, sure, you beat the bully, blah, blah, blah. No, story doesn't end there, because the truth is I was mad because I knew deep down that they were right. I was skinny. And I was tired of it. From that day forward, I began training. It started from home. I also used it to counter my pornography addiction. Working out was a big weapon against that. I did it entirely from home. I built a six-pack. I put on size. But it took a very long time, a lot of trial and error. It took years before results of any kind kicked in. But I stayed consistent. It taught me discipline. It taught me to learn to enjoy the chase and the hunt rather than only be validated by results and reward. Because sometimes results and reward, those things are few and far between, and sometimes you have to chase for years without anything. Every example of successful people and the trials and tribute. Let me turn the off-road lights on. Boom! This blinds fucking people, and they kind of hate it, but I would rather people be blind than run me over because they don't look in their mirrors. But when they see big yellow glaring lights, they do. Where was I? Yeah, learning to enjoy the chase instead of the goals. Alex Hormozy talks about this a lot. If all you do is link yourself to the end goal, to the reward, which doesn't come till the very, very end of all your effort, you're going to lose motivation. Another thing, motivation, forget about it. Throw it out the window. Motivation is temporary and fleeting. Motivation is nothing but a spark. Discipline, doing something even when you don't want to do it. That is what makes you consistent. That is what makes you successful. That is how you get what you want, is by going after it even when in that moment you don't want it. So it taught me many things. I definitely was depressed at that point. I was addicted to porn, and I had some really bad shit happen in my family and all of this stuff, and I had a bunch of physical issues and health issues, and my parents were like in a broken relationship because my dad was an alcoholic and all this bad bullshit. Working out got me through it. I refused to be a victim, and I just stepped up, and it just taught me if I was doing something wrong to just work at it, and if I outwork my opponents, if I outwork my problems, eventually I'll win. These philosophies originally started with me from martial arts, but they translated into the gym, and I began to apply these things into everything I did. Into my business, into my health, into my self-analysis of my own mind. You know, I've always had really bad ADHD, not diagnosed, but fucking everyone has ADHD now. I'm not very special anymore. And I use that same mindset of, oh, the muscles aren't building the way I want. I'm not getting results here. What can I do to improve? And then I work at it, see what works, optimize, change, supplement, etc. All these things I learned from working out, I applied to the real life. So, oh, what's bad? Well, my speech articulation has dropped. So I think about it, what could I be doing wrong? What can I do to improve this? So I started reading books. I never fucking read. I started reading books out loud, very punctuated, very pronounced, just to improve my speech articulation. And now it's very good again. I speak very fluently. My social anxiety is really bad, and I'm like afraid to talk to people. What do I do? Just like I go to the gym and put reps in because my arms are too small, I go out and I put reps in and I start talking to people and I start cracking jokes and I start socializing. Even if it makes me nervous, even if it makes me sore, even if it hurts the next day, I still go after it. All of these philosophies I learn in the gym. But knowing about it, me telling you about these philosophies on this video isn't enough. You have to do them, you have to experience them, and you have to live them, otherwise you don't really get the juice out of it. So my brothers and the very few sisters of you who are probably watching, this is a call to action for you guys. I don't care if you're fat, fit, skinny, average, whatever. Y'all need to be working out. You don't have to go to a gym. I understand particularly for women it's very uncomfortable. They get stared at and perved on. I mean, I'm a big-ass scary dude, and I still get it sometimes, and from men and women, but primarily like 99% men, and it's gross. But truth be told, you can do it from home. You can do it without any equipment. If you want to look like The Rock or Chris Hemsworth, yeah, you kind of need weights and equipment for that, but most of you simply want to not be fat, ugly pieces of shit. On that topic, these are beaches in the 70s, 60s, whatever. These are beaches now. The obesity statistics are awful. The heart attack statistics, diabetes, every bad health condition you could possibly ever fucking imagine has been on the rise. As Americans and as humans, we need to acknowledge this shit is unacceptable. No more excusing it. I know a lot of us have sedentary lifestyles, but I've seen fuckers with no legs work out and take care of their health. You think in this world where we have control over nothing, we don't have control over our politics, our votes at this point are almost bullshit. So many things go wrong, and the one thing you have control of, what you put in your mouth, what you do with your body, and what you choose to think, the one thing you have control over, you choose to surrender, and you don't do anything with it. Aesthetic. Get on it, lad. Get to the gym and work out. I'm now going to address all the excuses that I hear so frequently. I'm too broke for a gym membership. As I said earlier, you don't need to go to the gym. I got in very impressive shape purely with calisthenics, which is body weight exercise. Next thing, I'm too busy. Bullshit. I see fuckers who are college students working a full-time job and they still do it. Most of you guys simply need 20 minutes a day. I guarantee you spend over 20 minutes a day bullshitting on your fucking phone. You have time to take care of your health. Stop lying to yourself. Next thing, I never find a motivation. I just lose motivation. Rah, rah, rah. Well, you need to acknowledge that motivation is not what makes you work out. It's what inspires you to start. Especially now when, I make good money, I've got the girl, I have sex twice a day, life is good. Trust me, motivation ain't there, pal. It ain't there, and I'm still fucking doing it. What you're going to do based on how you feel, which feelings are changed and they'll be erratic, often due to factors outside of your control, you're never going to get anything done. You're going to be adrift with no sails and no oars in the middle of a stormy sea, and you're fucked. You're hopeless. You need to put together a fucking routine, no matter how simple, no matter how small you start, especially if you guys are really unhealthy, really fat, unhealthy lifestyle. Start very, very small, even if it's 5 push-ups a day. Do that for 1 week, 5 push-ups a day. Very easy. You'll feel very encouraged when you're doing 5 push-ups a day. Then the next week, 10 push-ups a day. Then the next week, 20. Is that starting very small? Yes. But is that literally a billion times more than what you were doing before? Also, yes. It's a start. And that's what you need. So cut the excuses, cut the bullshit, take care of yourself, your future self. Every time you bullshit, you eat junk food, you don't take care of yourself, your future self gets mad. Your future potential is angry with you because you're letting him down. All the glorious things you could have, you're letting him down. Particularly for men, it is in our nature, at our core, we are supposed to be conquerors. And that might not mean conquering things or other people. Some people are more ambitious than others. I'm pretty high-strung and ambitious, but one thing every man must conquer is his own body and his own mind. And also, you never know, bro. Okay, there could be a jacked pedophile out there somewhere. A jacked pedophile who knows martial arts and black magic, okay? You got to be able to kick that guy's ass if the day comes, okay? And oh, well, I have guns. What if the jacked pedophile has guns? What if you don't have your gun with you and you just bump into him? And what if your left hand is tied behind your back? Now, I'm not saying it's not likely, but it could happen. The odds are above zero. So you have to be super fit and strong and capable and just a strong, powerful man in case you ever face a jacked pedophile without a gun with your arm tied behind your back. It could happen. It happened to me a few times. But jokes aside, also a few other benefits on top of sex being amazing because you have really good endurance and you're really strong and all of that. Mental health is much better because, believe it or not, your body is a reflection of your mind and vice versa. If your body is well, your mind does well. And I'm not saying that it's impossible to be depressed or go through shit when you're fit, but I'm saying it helps significantly. Ask me how I fucking know. And every study in the universe on exercise linked to mental health will validate what I'm saying. Everything gets better. There is not anything you could do that gives you more like net positive other than exercising. And this doesn't mean you have to go to the gym and lug weights like a meathead. Exercising includes, cardio, swimming, playing sports, volleyball, blah, blah, blah. There's so much you can do to take care of your health, guys, so do it. Now, I'm going to give you some actionable steps because I fucking love you. Now, for you fat fuckers, 90% of losing fat, people say lose weight. You don't want to lose weight, you want to lose fat. Most of that is going to be done in the kitchen. And know how hard it is. I know how hard it is, especially because you probably were raised in a lifestyle of that. Your parents, your friends, your family, everyone, your whole state and country, they probably all eat like shit. They're probably all fat, so you think it's acceptable. I have news for you, it's not. If you keep it up, you're going to die young. I love you, man, but that's why I'm telling you it straight up. You're going to fucking die young, and your life's going to be miserable. You're never going to be proud of yourself when you look in the mirror. All right, it's going to suck. Get jacked and get the fucking girl, bro. Oh, I already have the girl. Well, whatever. Make her proud, dude. Make her proud. I want you to get so fucking jacked that you're able to rail her like a goddamn animal and have her eyes in the back of her head and have her screaming. I don't even know where I'm going, bro. I'm just kind of cruising randomly. But there are so many amazing experiences and exercises and increases of self-confidence and amazing things waiting out for you when you start this journey, my brother. Point is, you have to start. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to find the perfect routine and the most effective blah, blah, blah. You just have to do it. We're going to go through this random residential neighborhood and see where it takes me. Forward! Wow, that's pretty gay. Oh, this is gated. I guess seeing Ford makes sense considering it's Pride Month. By the way, Rainbow! Ford and Rainbow, the two gayest things ever. By the way, while I'm here, I guess I'll just hit it on the head. I think Pride Month is gay. I have nothing against... Pride Month is gay, quite literally. I have nothing against gay people or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But wearing your sexuality on your fucking sleeves is really stupid in my opinion. Being gay in of itself is not worthy of praise or respect. It's just who you are. I don't want to be praised for my sexuality, my race, my nothing. People are too obsessed of finding what they were born with or finding their default settings to brag about rather than actually build or create something within themselves worthy of praise. They just want to be praised and worshipped for just being fucking normal, for being themselves. No, bro, you actually need to do things worthy of respect. We have veterans and amazing people who go out and fight and die for our rights and for our country, and they get Memorial Day for the ones who die and Veterans Days for the ones who live. But for being gay and liking cock, you get a whole month. It's fucking cringe. It's easy to be gay now. Nobody cares. Doesn't really matter. So I think Pride Month is useless. Anyways, moving on. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. I don't care. You're entitled to your opinion. And unlike most people, I will not judge your entire morality and personhood based on niche political stances of shit that doesn't really matter. Now, actionable steps, back to it. Yeah, fat people need to cut the diet, cut the carbohydrates out, cut the added sugar, cut the processed food. To keep it simple, eat like a caveman would. Meat, fruit, berries, and there's a lot of yummy, good things you can eat that are healthy. Oh, fuck, that's a cop. I was like really speeding. I'm surprised he didn't light me up. You gotta eat cleaner. All right, eggs, healthy shit. I'm not gonna give you every gay little detail. If you actually give a fuck or you actually care about this, you'll actually research some of this yourself. So I'm not gonna waste my time going over every little thing when you're gonna come up with some excuse like, oh, well, I don't really like how the protein shakes taste, or, oh, well, yeah, I'm just really busy. I don't have much time to cook, and you remain 300 pounds. For the skinny people, you need to eat a lot. You can get away with eating a lot more shit and processed food than most people. However, that doesn't mean you should. Even to this day, I could eat an entire pizza at once and there would be no consequence. I'd be fine. But I would feel like shit. However, it might not result in fat, but it's still incredibly awful for you, and there's loads of other things that are going to go wrong if you do this. This guy was eager to get in front of me. And also, you're going to have to train like absolute animals, especially if you're skinny. Make sure you don't undereat. You're going to need to eat a lot more than you usually would. Make sure you're getting boatloads of protein in. And like I said, and this is just general health advice, not just for people trying to lose weight or get fit, but you're going to want to cut the processed food, the cookies, and all that. Bro, why'd you cut me off just to jump out of the lane? No, cut all that shit out. Eat pure. Oh, well, it's too expensive. Bullshit, dude. Fucking ground beef and whole grain pasta does not cost a goddamn fortune. I didn't say you gotta go all organic, this and that. Okay, but a few fucking apples and some beef and peppers That's not expensive, all right? Most of you guys eat out all the time, and if you cut all the snacks, candy, and garbage and soda and chips, you will have more than enough money to buy a fucking chuck of ground beef. Zoomies! Yeah! Hi. I'm a mature adult who pays taxes and people respect me. Anyways, wow, use this turn signal. Good job, bro. Should have done that earlier. Anyways, yeah, that's all, guys. Another couple random life updates. I no longer want to buy a dirt bike. My KLR, some shit happened and it's in awful shape now, sadly. I let someone borrow it. They took bad care of it. The engine's leaking oil and it won't start and it can't hold idle and there's broken turn signal and it's fucked up. It's going to cost me a lot of money and a lot of time to fix. I'm working on moving. It's been very challenging finding an apartment for me, my girlfriend, and my brother. We're looking for townhomes, apartments, etc. The market's so competitive here in Vegas and expensive. So people want you to pay expensive application fees before they'll even talk to you. That is definitely a cruiser, brother. So it is difficult. I'm doing that on top of like trying to arrange dance appointments for my girlfriend and run my own business, take care of all that shit and family drama and moving. It has been a bit of a lot. So I decided I don't need a DRZ 400 or something on top of that. On top of trying to move, on top of considering leaving the state in 2 years and all of that. It's a need, not a want. Now in other news, I'm also going to inform you, and a lot of you guys are going to panic and say this is very fast, and somewhat you're correct, but I have decided I intend on proposing to my girlfriend. Most likely this will be in between November and February, which is going to be 9 to 10 months after we first got together. And we will remain, before we officially wed, we will remain engaged for probably another year. So that's almost 2 years, maybe a little more than that, maybe like a year and 9 months, which I think is a fairly reasonable time. A lot of you guys were trying to give me relationship advice in the last video, and I appreciate it. However, I'm built different and I'm smarter than everyone. Very good way of me going about saying that, I know. I've been incredibly objective about this. I've exercised a lot of thought into this. I've been looking with a microscope for red flags and not being able to find them, taking the rose-tinted glasses off, writing down things I want to see and testing her, being very methodical about it, consulting others, consulting people who know us both, consulting people who I believe are wise and qualified to make assessments on these type of things. But most of all, consulting myself, common sense, intuition, God, and when you know, guys, this woman's gonna be my fucking wife. And if fate, God, whatever you want to call it, has it lined up to crush me and to have me go through the ultimate heartbreak and the ultimate burning stove touch experience, the ultimate painful lesson, then I'm taking it with open fucking arms, because we are both madly in love. I definitely am. And I'm willing to get burned and to get hurt to chase that dream. And if that is what awaits me to become an edgy gym cell who gets heartbroken and speeds on a sport bike while posting edgy, retarded, suicidal hornbait TikToks of me riding a sport bike going triple the speed limit, Mach 10, because, oh, I'm heartbroken, so I'm going to kill myself on a bike over it. If that is what befalls me, then so be it. I will accept that fate. If I'm to be heartbroken, it will be certainly the most devastating thing I ever go through. But I will take it like a fucking man, and I will rise above it. Every test like this is simply a challenge from God for me to prove to him that I'm worthy of the numerous blessings he's given me. I've been given incredible good looks, strength, charisma. I was born in the perfect circumstances to know the perfect things, to be an independent thinker, to be a leader, to be a thought provoker, to be well articulated and spoken, which is a gift I take for granted all the time. So I would be a fool to allow anything, even potentially hard, abysmal heartbreak. I would be a fool to allow anything for me to throw myself away and take those blessings for granted. I fucking refuse. Anyway, everybody, that's gonna be it for this video. I love you all. Bye-bye. Off. Bitch. I'm talking to myself at 11 at night when I could be sleeping. I'm not stupid. I'm not depressed. What does my back look like? You're welcome. OnlyFans coming soon, JK.